Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Pitstop Fracas. It's another week, another pod, another YouTube live. Martin, we ain't got no time to edit, so please don't say anything out of turn that's going to get us cancelled. I know you're a bit haps, Martin, because Arsenal top of the league.
Oh, you're an
How are you feeling about that?
Oh,
yeah, he's an Arsenal fan.
Listen, I've had to take time on my busy day for, I don't know, what's going on?
Look at him.
So what? So Martin, is that how it is now? Because you're Arsenal, you think you're just above everyone. You feel as though
no, it's not even about that.
Is that what it is?
That's separate, yeah. This is an F1 chat, innit? And I have a very busy schedule, and I'm hearing nonsense about the topic at hand today.
Okay,
just doesn't make sense.
Okay, that's the perfect segue. To introduce my guest.
Does my opponent have no self-respect?
Okay. All right. Yes, Martz. I respect the chest. Yes.
So our guest, we got Rafa. Rafa, how are you keeping, brother?
Bro, I'm good. My team won the other day. Tottenham in the round of 16.
Oh, you're a Milan fan, yeah?
Bro, come on, bro.
Okay.
Forza Milan always, but yeah. I'm
good,
good, bro.
Nice to have you on. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Why you're into F1, your F1 story, before we get into things?
Yeah, man. F1 for me personally is the best sport. I'm watching it since I was 5, even probably earlier than that. And yeah, like my favorite F1 moment, my earliest memory was, and explains why I support this guy in it. Was 2000. I think it was actually 2004 in it, and just seeing that blue and yellow car. I won't tell you who it's driving yet, but the blue and yellow car going around the track, So yeah, I've been involved with F1 for a long time, and yeah.
ITV Sport, yeah.
ITV Sport, James Allen, Martin Brundle commentary. Come, bro. Ted Kravitz was still in the pits them days. We were rocking out here, bro. What do you mean?
Man. You know what it's about. All right, so before we get stuck into the fight card, got a few people on the live. Please come in with the comments, any questions you have. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please make sure you give us a rating and 5-star rating and review. Same goes for Spotify. Always get at us at Twitter at Pitstop Fracas, and also follow us on Instagram as well, Pitstop Fracas. All right, so Rafa has been hitting me up in the DMs for the past couple of months. I've seen his tweets, and he's not just an Alonso fan. He reckons Alonso is the GOAT of F1. So Alonso came out with a few comments a couple of weeks ago.
Look at this guy already. Okay.
I mind we hear it. We hear it. Yeah, we hear that laugh. But yeah, Alonso came out with a few comments a couple of weeks ago about. No, I think he just tried to play down Lewis's, titles that he's won, and then I've seen the tweets, and we just want to put the debate to bed. For me, it goes one way, but I'm going to try and be as impartial as possible. So yeah, we're going to do a fight card between Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. How you feeling, Martz? Martz, how you feeling?
He's shook. He's running from the ground already.
Good.
Gee. We're 4 minutes in, brother. Gee.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Cool.
How you feeling, Rafa?
Bro, I'm uber confident, bro. I'm uber confident. Come on.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
I'm ready.
You sure, Rafa? You sure you want to go ahead with this? Yeah, like
my facts are stored. I'm there. Don't worry.
All right.
Good.
Okay.
Should worry about Martz, bro. I'm just saying.
Bro, you got a lot of confidence, man. Are you actually sure? Yeah.
Anik, bro, come, bro. You think I would trim my face? Come, bro. I'm ready.
Well, I like it. You got the blurred background on as well. Yeah. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? Got the headset. Your mic's crystal clear.
Yeah. Man.
All right. So we're gonna have 7 criteria that we're gonna go through. We're not gonna make it an even number, so there's no sort of draw ends up 3-3. So yeah, we've got 7 criteria. We're gonna go through there. head-to-head years in 2007. Then look at their championship years, so the years in which they won the title, who was the better driver, who was more dominant during those eras, their performance in qualifying, their racecraft, their car development. They're going to touch a bit on their character and the legacy they left. As I said, this is, for me, only goes one way, but yeah, going to try and be as impartial as possible. All right, let's get stuck into it then. 2007, Lewis comes off winning the GP2 championship quite easily. Alonso, double world champion, 05-06, and they join up at McLaren. Rafa, take me back to your thoughts at the time. What did you think about Lewis joining up with Alonso at McLaren for the start of that year?
Well, obviously you mentioned Lewis was a great driver at GP2 category. He done his thing. Obviously Alonso was a double world champion. Still is a double world champion. Coming off a great season in 06, beating Schumacher head to head. And yeah, listen, McLaren were coming off a bit of a meaty season. Nobody knew what really going to come into it with. They finished quite a while off Ferrari and Renault at that time. So we didn't know what won for them coming to 2007. But, testing, everyone saw that Ferrari were probably the quicker team. But McLaren weren't too far off. So it looked like it was going to be a good season. Obviously, as being a world champion, Alonso was favoured. And yeah, that's how it was coming into the 2007 season, to be fair.
Yeah, and what about you, Martin? How do you feel going into that season? Do you think Hamilton even stood a chance against Alonso, double world champion?
Wouldn't know, mate. Wouldn't know.
Oh, you wouldn't know.
Probably my first time watching.
Oh, you're a newbie, yeah? It's okay.
Yeah, man.
I can teach you things, man.
Huh? I was only 10 years old at the time.
This guy's got a lot of talk. For a guest, you got a lot of talk, Rafa.
Bro, come on.
I respect it.
I was 10 years old at the time, just getting into F1. I think I started watching 2006 Kubica. I remember Kubica being one of my favorite drivers on the grid, BMW Sauber. Yeah, man. And then obviously I heard a young G from Grenada, or Grenadian heritage, I should say, young black man like myself was joining the grid, and I was like, yo, let me see where I've gone. And yes, since that day, I found out he was joining. Never looked back. Backed him 100%.
Okay.
And I knew from that moment he was going to be the greatest of all time. No, it's the fact. I knew from that moment.
Well, no, listen.
Time.
You got to back your guy, man. I rate it. That's what I rate. Back your guy.
All right. So, Rafa, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
About 2007. They both ended up on the same amount of points, Alonso and Lewis. I don't know why Lewis ended up on top, because they got the same amount of race wins as well. I'll check.
I think it's some dumb rule about.
I think he had more pole positions or something. I don't know.
second places or something like that. Yeah.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, more second places. He had more podiums. No, sorry, they had the same amount of podiums, but Lewis had two more poles than him as well.
Yeah. No, he got 4 more poles. He got
against the world champion,
I think it was 10. I think it was 10-7. 10-7. So Alonso 10-7 races, Hamilton 10-7.
So Rafa, should that be happening? Should a rookie be coming in and doing that to Alonso?
So this is what I don't understand. Yeah, a lot of people will claim Hamilton is one of the greatest drivers of all time. For me, if you're quick, you're quick. Doesn't matter if it's your first year or your last year. You're quick. Hamilton was quick in his first year. So for me, it's not a surprise. It's not like people think this is a great embarrassment in his first year. The guy was fucking quick. I can't lie. And in the first part of the year, we saw, and this is not me that's saying this, there was loads of different, team principals that said this. If you remember Mario Tyson, the head of BMW, he said that top drivers like Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso were struggling from the change from Michelin tires to Bridgestone tires. And if you know at that time how big that is, the tire war at that time, how the different compounds work and stuff like that, like for me, Listen, let me say this: Hamilton done fantastically well that season. I'm not going to take that away from. How can you take away from him? But people forget the context of what's happening that year in terms of, how moving from Michelin tires, which Alonso created a whole different kind of driving style to even win races, to moving to Bridgestone tires, which is a complete different compound. And if you know about F1 tires, it's probably arguably one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest facets of F1 car. Tires are how F1 drivers feel around the track. If you have meaty tires, you're not going to be quick.
So he lost a whole season because of tires.
No,
listen, a whole season.
No, not a whole season. Not a whole season.
He did. He lost the whole overall over the whole season. Who finished ahead? Wasn't it not Hamilton?
They're level on points, brother.
Huh?
They're level on points.
Listen, that's not what the standings say. The
standings
standings say they're level on points.
They were level on points.
Listen. Let me
say this, yeah.
No. Let me say this to you, yeah.
Okay, go on.
City and Liverpool both finished on 99 points, yeah. But the goal difference is in City's favor. Who wins the league?
Listen.
Who wins the league?
So wait a minute. For example, okay. So in the Premier League, it's goal difference. If you go to the Liga, it's head to head. So what I'm trying to say is, the way you determine it, yeah. At the end of the day, when I do listen, I went to school, yeah. I got a B in maths. All I know is at the end of the season, I saw 109 Lewis, 109 Alonso, 110 Kimi. Yeah.
But you know what I saw?
The way
that said 1 Kimi, 2 Lewis, 3 Alonso.
That's the way they determine it. But when the season ended, they were both at level points. And to be fair, they didn't even win the drivers' championship that year. Kimi did. So for me, 109, 109. That's what I saw. I saw Alonso, even though he was struggling, he managed to get 2 race victories in the first 10 races. But everyone saw that it was tough for him to get used to those Bridgestone tires. As soon as he got a sniff of those Bridgestone tires, he outraced Hamilton 7-2 to end the season. That's what I saw. That's what my 2 eyes saw. Like I didn't see anything else. As soon as he got a sniff of those tires, and it's not just Alonso too. Kimi in the back end of the season had a great end to the season. Why?
That's true.
The tires. He understood them. He was able to race with them. That's what
a fair point. I'll give you that.
That's what happened, bro.
But at the end of the day, this has come from a GP2 car to a F1 car.
Yeah.
Exactly. So wouldn't you say there's a greater difference between a GP2 car and an F1 car?
But
between Bridgestone and Michelin tires.
But do you know what tires they used in GP2?
Huh? I know they used the Bridgestone. They used the Bridgestone tires. Okay. But I'm just saying,
and also
in terms of car, in terms of the G-force, in terms of everything about the car, the aerodynamics, the speed of everything, there's a massive difference between a GP2 car and an F1 car. So it's not. This is something that Alonso was driving for what? Since 1997? Didn't he start testing? 01. Sorry, that's what 97 when he started his career, innit?
Yeah, I think that's when he started
GP3 and all that.
All that nonsense.
So 2001, you've been driving since what? So that's what 6 years now. You're a veteran basically now. You're a veteran. Most people's careers don't hit 6 years in F1.
I hear that.
It's only more recently that this has been happening. So he should not still be losing to a rookie at the end of the day, because the rookie's coming up from GP2 and he he's coming up from GP2 to F1.
Listen. Okay, so it's the tires, another thing. The deal that Alonso had with McLaren, started, I think, just before the season started. So technically, he was still contracted to Renault for the first part of the year. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, Hamilton got not only the back end of 2000. Do you know that Hamilton was supposed to start the Brazil GP in 2006?
I did not know that.
He has been testing in that McLaren for a while. As soon as the GP2 season ended, Ron Dennis said, "Listen, I'm going to slap you in the McLaren." Yeah. Alonso is not just dealing with new tires, but he's dealing with them with hardly any preseason. If I remember correctly. Bro, your skin and listen, bro. You think, I can listen. You've been driving a Renault car, which is different. I slap you, yeah, in a new tire and a new car. I said, go race.
Okay, but he finished P2 in his first race. So what happened for the rest of them?
So
what happened? What happened to the rest of the races?
So what I'm saying is his performance.
No, he finished. No, I asked you a question. What happened to the rest of the races?
Listen. He was inconsistent in races because mainly of the tires and getting used to the car.
That's what I expect from a 2-time world champion, to be inconsistent.
And so you're telling me, so he's inconsistent, and he finishes 1 point off. So basically, everyone says 2007 is Alonso's shakiest year, and he finishes 1 point off in the title. So shakiest years for Alonso.
He's a 2-time world champion.
So wait, hold a minute.
He's a 2-time world champion. You're out celebrating 1 point off.
Hold up.
You're talking about 1 point off.
Hold up a minute. So
and the fact of the matter is, he drove a rookie as well.
Wait, hold up a minute. So
a rookie as well.
Wait a minute. We all agree Hamilton's worst season shaky.
And the thing is, he was in a faster car than the Ferrari as well. So this
was it really?
Yes, it was a faster car than a Ferrari.
McLaren
was definitely a faster car than a Ferrari.
I think towards the end of the year, the Ferrari was quicker.
Yeah, listen, and also Massa tax as well. Massa was needed that year. Let's all remember Massa wasn't there. Massa was wishy-washy, inconsistent, and we'll get back to it later because that's another talk we need to talk about a certain year after. But anyway, listen here. What I'm saying is Alonso shakiest year, he finishes 1 point at the table off the championship. Hamilton shakiest year, 2011. Man was where? You see what I'm trying to say? Alonso has a bad year, 1 point on the table. Hamilton has a bad year.
You won't talk about shakiest years, but he still won a race.
I'm just saying.
Alonso's shakiest years, does he win races?
Yeah. Okay.
Listen. What machinery? See what I'm saying? Bring context, brother. You think Alonso can win races in the 2015 McLaren? You think Alonso can win, brother? This is what I mean. Performances aren't based on race wins, bro. It's different things.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the 2007 one here. Rafa, I'm gonna ask you one more question. Was he rattled come the end of the year, Alonso, with the Budapest incident and crashing out of the Japanese Grand Prix?
Rattled, I would say. I think. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I said that's his shakiest year, and I believe that. Yeah, he did get rattled, but you're shaky, rattled, and you almost win the championship. So for me,
even let's go back to this. Sorry. Because there's one massive talking point we didn't talk about. The fact that Alonso tried to blackmail Ron Dennis into sabotaging Hamilton's car, or basically cheating Hamilton as the number 2 driver.
Okay.
Just so he can get, obviously, progress.
So when was this, Martz? When did this happen?
Yeah, I want dates.
This is around when Fightcard as well was starting to pick up as well. Mm-hmm. When Alonso was claiming that he had emails, because he's a shitty human being, that he had emails about Spygate, and he was going to release them to the FIA, and he was trying to blackmail Ron Dennis into holding back Lewis just so he can win races. Now, I'm sorry, you're a 2-time world champion. Why are you so scared of a rookie? 10 races in. Okay. 10 races in. Why are you so scared of a rookie?
So listen, Anik, we're bringing stories. Okay.
I want to know. Stories. This is all but confirmed.
Oh, this is confirmed. One part says confirmed too. So let's take back the last 3 races this season. You know, Kimi, Alonso, Lewis is all there, vying for the championship. You know, great season. You know. Alonso goes and steps into his car. I think it was Brazil. What was last races? It was China, Brazil. What was the third last? I can't remember what the third last race is.
I think about Japan.
Okay, Japan. Yes. Tell me why. Yeah. And this didn't happen to any other driver. It didn't happen to Lewis once. It didn't happen to Keith. Why were his tire pressures completely? Listen, his tires were completely inflated. It's proven by McLaren. Even the FIA looked into it. They were completely inflated. Come to the point where it's not a mistake. You don't listen. Do you think mechanics, they don't check tire pressures before they send the car out? And if you know about tire pressures and how they change the driver drives, you would know. 3 straight times they done this. Not once, not twice.
This is for Alonso, yeah? I've never heard this in my life.
Yeah, go search it, Anik, bro.
No, this is no. Sorry,
Wait.
Let me bottle your point first.
Go on.
You're going into something that isn't exactly controlled by Hamilton. That's controlled by Ron Dennis. If Ron Dennis wanted to do that to his car, by all means, he done that to his car. Okay. But it's in response to one. Let's not even forget Brown Envelope Gate. Him trying to bribe all the engineers to mistreat Hamilton as well.
Fairs. Go on.
Yeah.
But you're telling
me. This is all the mind games he's trying to play with a rookie, you know. He's struggling so much against a rookie that he couldn't beat him. He was trying to play mind games with him. He had to go to the dirtiest mind tricks.
See what I'm trying to say is you think that is you do that shit when you're somebody said it. Alonso's just based. He just does that shit, bro. That's what he does. Bro, he probably plays tricks on stuff with Van Dorn was there. That's what he does, bro. That's what he does. Right. That's what he can that's what he does.
But why are you so scared of a rookie? Why can't you beat a rookie? One-on-one, be a man. Be a man.
It's not about
be a man. Be a man. It's like me playing football against a 16-year-old and keep on booting him in his legs.
Listen. This is what I mean. Yeah. Listen. Alonso doesn't care. He doesn't care if you're a rookie. He will do that shit to you regardless, brother. Listen. Yeah. Bro, go ask Felipe Massa what Alonso was doing. Why he was putting so many points into his head top. Go ask all of his other teammates why he was doing what he was doing. They'll tell you the same thing. Jensen Burton said the same thing.
None of them else was a rookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about rookies, bro. He just does that.
It's about being a rookie because this is a man that's come up from GP2, fresh off the block, and he's coming. He's won was it 4 races in a row? He won? Oh no, he got 4 second places in a row. Yeah. Then won 2 races in a row. Mm-hmm. And he was so shook at that that he tried to blackmail his team boss. And when his team boss didn't respond, he kicked out and started being really bitchy and talking about going to the FIA because I'm sending brown envelopes out. Bruv, he's doing all of this, and all this he's doing is driving. He does his talking on the track, where your boy is trying to do it in the pit crew, in the FIA, with everybody else, with Ron Dennis. He's going everywhere but the track to do his talking. And then when he finally decided to do his talking on the track, look, you saw the results. But at the end of the day, he was so scared of a rookie that he could not beat a rookie. He could not beat a rookie on the track by himself.
Martin, you told us this whole pod would only take 15 minutes. We just spent 20 minutes in itself debating 2007.
Bro, first segment, brother. Told you, I'm winning already. But anyway,
to be fair, Rafa, I did not know about the tire pressures.
But
I'm
am
just
I wrong?
reading into it now. I'm not going to say anything, but
all right.
Also,
Hamilton did an interview saying McLaren favored him. I'm not saying it. Anik's not saying it. This is big.
McLaren never favored him because.
Oh my!
If McLaren favored him, they would not have kept him out in China, and what happened would not have happened. He would be an 8-time world or 9-time world champion.
Wait. Hold on. What happened in China?
Huh?
What happened in China? No, I'm asking. You know what? Yeah.
Anik,
can I say
keep him out in the rain?
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go for it. I know what you're gonna say, but you might as well.
Have you ever seen Latifi crashing a pit lane? No. Have you ever seen? Bro, who was that guy that led the 2007? That Stefan Winkelhock guy. Did he ever crash in the pit lane?
Yeah,
it was raining there too.
Winkelhock.
Did he crash in the pit lane?
This is shameless.
I didn't see it.
This is shameless.
I'm just saying, I didn't see that.
Okay, but his team told him to stay out when he was basically one of those 6.
So wait a minute. Listen,
as a rookie,
if he crashed on the track, I'll be saying fair enough. You can crash in tracks, but you're bidding in the gravel.
Have you seen the turn into that? Have you seen the turn? You can't just say, you need grip for that. You need grip for that, and you remember you're still coming in at like 80 miles per hour. You're still coming in at 80 miles per hour. Can you do that? Can you do that, Rafa?
Bro, I'm not F1 driver.
You can do that.
I'm not F1 driver, but I know Latifi can do that. He's done that. How many races? He's never crashed.
And I've seen Latifi bin it in Abu Dhabi when no one bins it in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, but listen, he crashed on track. But anyway, But anyway.
All right. We got to move on. I think, Martin, you just shot yourself in the foot there by bringing up China. But it is what it is. Let's talk about the championship years. Rafa, let me start with you. Tell me straight up how good Alonso was in 05 and 06. His only 2 championships.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this, and people listen. Hamilton has never had a better season than Alonso did in 06. Not one. In terms of degree of difficulty, who was going up against, he's not had one. Name me one title, where he's had to beat Schumacher in cars. First part of the season. Even I'll say it wasn't even half, because after the summer break, FA just nerfed Alonso, and Alonso had to just do his own thing. Hamilton's not had a better season, champs won the season, than Alonso in 06. Alonso in 06 for me is one of the greatest title wins, because not only did he beat at that time the GOAT, it was Michael Schumacher, but it was a change on the guard. That was iconic. I didn't even need to talk about 05. I didn't even need to talk about 05, because 05 is 05. He beat the two people that he beat, Kimi Räikkönen and Michael Schumacher, and Anik was about in 2005. So he will tell you how good. He will tell you how good Kimi Räikkönen was in 2005. He will tell you how. He'll tell me how good he was in 2003. The Brer was. People have this thing where Kimi Räikkönen is just some worse driver, some better, like I don't know, like some dead teammate to battle. Nah, in them times when he was in his prime, like he was unbelievably quick. He beat 2 of them guys. He also done it. Creating a driving style that we've not really seen enough from before. My guy Martin Brundle, obviously my key, done a video in terms of how he got those Michelin tires to work. Doing that shit is genius shit, bro. That is top level genius shit. Getting those tires to work that way, to be able to put in laps like that, to race like that, and just the absurd consistency this guy had. So Alonso was just phenomenal at that time. Like if you just had to be there, Martz, bro. You just had to be there. You know what I'm trying to say? So 05, 06. Incredible. And
you present.
Also, I'm just saying.
Continue.
Alonso has not had one dominant car in his career, not one, where the car's been the best over the course of the season, like someone has.
So are you trying to say that in 05, 06 that Renault wasn't a dominant car?
It wasn't. I'm talking. What I mean by dominant, there isn't a rival. There were rivals in 05 and 06. Like, I'm not saying it's like I'm not saying it's like Schumacher in 04, where the guy was like 30 seconds ahead of everyone in every race. What I'm trying to say, there was an actual rival, and the rivals that you had, it wasn't Felipe Massa in 08. You had to beat Felipe Massa. Nah, it was Michael Dam Schumacher. So,
Martz, talk to us about Hamilton in the turbo hybrid era. You can throw in 2008 as well if you want.
We can talk about 2008 as well.
Let's talk.
Just another second
year. Let's talk about 2008. That's very interesting. Let's talk about it.
No, we're just talking about all his championships, isn't it? There's 7 of them, so we covered that one.
Yep.
He had phenomenal drives throughout there. Silverstone, brilliant drive, and he wasn't exactly dominant, but he did what he had to do. He did what he had to do.
Against who?
Huh?
Against who?
Against what? Right, the Ferrari Felipe Massa.
Okay. No, I'm just asking.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, this is a second-year driver in Lewis Hamilton, fresh off losing the title the year before, or just missing out by 1 point. Unlike other people, he didn't go run around and go back to his safe spot and safe house and cry, and then try orchestrate races in his favor. But this we won't speak on that.
That's what we do, bro.
Yeah, well, we can do that. Yeah, it's fine. Go back to Renault, and you see what happens there, innit? Then obviously the turbo hybrid area, My driver makes the best career decisions. He doesn't make useless career decisions. He doesn't make whatless career decisions. He makes great career decisions, yeah? And he decided to jump into the Mercedes, and basically the rest was history. And you know what? He had a very tough opponent in Rosberg the first 2 years.
Who?
The first 3 years. Rosberg.
Who? Okay.
Nico Rosberg.
Okay. No,
Yeah, it was Nico Rosberg in equal machinery. It was a tough opponent. What? You got something to say?
Carry on.
You got something to say? Say it.
No, just so no, wait. What was the name again?
Nico Rosberg.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure I heard that correctly. No, carry on, bro. Carry on.
Yeah. Obviously, then he obviously went up against a 4-time world champion in the Ferrari, which was very quick as well. In 17, 18, and 19. You know what? The Ferrari was winning a lot of races in the early part of the season, and it looked like it could be a major title race. But you know what? My goat kept it cool, and he just destroyed his confidence so much that look, now he's out here trying to save the trees in it. So that's what it is. And then obviously we could talk about 2020, but I just think that was a bit of a nothing season, innit? That was a bit of a walk in the park for him. 2019 as well, you can say is a bit as well. It's a bit of a walk in the park. They're not his best championships, but he was still dominant.
If there was no Ferrari illegal engine, the guy would have won the championship by 1,000 points, bro. I'm telling you.
You're doing if buts and maybes, but the absolute was there. There was an illegal engine, and they were They were in the title fight for.
Were they?
So how many of the first couple? How many of the first races? You win like 4 of the first 7 races.
I think 2019 Mercedes had like 8 1-2s in a row to start the season, bro. 8 1-2s.
I'm not talking about 2019.
What year are you talking about?
I'm talking about like, was it 2017?
Those
first 7 races or something like that.
Yeah,
so at the end of the day, that's title. I mean, Anik wouldn't want to admit that's title fighting.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I'm impartial here. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved.
With what your boy put up this year, that was a stinker.
Okay, hold on. That's it now. Okay, 2021. Talk to me about what happened in 2021 then, Rafa. Why couldn't Lewis get it over the line?
2021. Are you sure, Martz? Are you sure? Listen, okay.
Martz, you push me there. Martz, you push me.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down to you.
Go on.
So, the first race comes around Bahrain. Everyone's gas, Red Bull. And listen, Hamilton done very, very well to win that race. Strategy, nailed it. He done his thing. But then, Max started to do his thing. Red Bull looked like the faster car. We saw what happened in France. Hamilton very well to win in Spain. He won in Spain and Portugal. He done very well to win
Spain and Portugal, yeah.
Yeah. But then Max in France, Austria,
Austria again.
And people like to make out that the pace difference in the first part of the season was massive. It wasn't. If you look at the pace of it was like Red Bull was slightly quicker, but Max put in some class drives.
But I mean, slightly is like a 10th, isn't it? So
yeah.
Exactly. A 10th over 60 lap is 6 seconds. So yeah, we can say that. All right.
So listen. I'm not saying Hamilton didn't have the fast car for the first part of the season. I'm not going to lie. But then people. And then we moved to the middle part of the season now. Yeah, we're getting closer to where it got a bit juicy. And yeah, obviously Hamilton kind of took Verstappen off the road in Silverstone. We have to admit that wasn't
according to the FIA. That's what the steward said.
Yeah, and he got penalized. He got penalized for that.
Yeah, that's the facts. That's the facts.
So what I'm saying is he did take him out, and then
No, I'm just saying that's the facts. That's
the
facts.
Yeah. And you have to realize that's a 25-point swing as well. And obviously,
but then he also had like a 10-second penalty as well to come back from.
Oh yeah, listen, with the fast car in the grid with no Max Verstappen, fair enough. I hear that. Okay.
Well, Checo Perez was still on the grid.
Oh, Checo Perez.
He was last, I think. Perez.
Charles
Leclerc was leading the race.
The Ferrari 21 wasn't even that good.
I mean, listen, neither was the Aston Martin, but that still got a podium.
Oh, stop it. Listen. You know Charles Leclerc wasn't good. Listen, I knew Hamilton was going to win that race, bro. Yeah, bro.
Listen, I will admit, over 2021, Hamilton made some mistakes that made that. Yes, some. He didn't make a lot, but he made some. He made some major mistakes. For example, was it that magic button in Baku? Sorry.
Yep.
That was one massive. That was one massive one. 25 points gone, missed there. All right, that's fair enough. And then Hungary as well. I personally believed he should have
come by himself.
I should have just come in by himself like all the other drivers were doing. I personally believe he should have done that.
That's not his fault for me. I
will say no. Well, I'm not going to discredit my guy now. You say that's not his fault, so I'll take that. Then.
Rafa, that was an open goal.
See me, I'm objective in it. I don't mind, saying that. I don't believe that's his fault personally. But there's another thing that is his fault that we'll get to, and it happened in the last race. And
listen, yeah. Abu Dhabi, could he defended a bit better? Obviously, he could have. He definitely could have defended a bit better. But I think he was. It's at that point. I was even listening back to the radio just now as well, and at that point, you can already hear in Bono's voice that he lost it. That Bono already knew that the championship was gone. And that kind of went through to Hamilton. And you know what? Mentally, probably just played with him. And it just wasn't like, what the hell am I doing now? I'm trying to fight, but I'm fighting a losing battle here, basically.
I hear that. But let me
and you know what? I won't personally come for him for that. And I wouldn't bring that up because at the end of the day, he was cheated out of that race. Okay. You can agree with that, can't you?
Yeah, I don't think it should be the rules should be interpreted that way. No, it shouldn't have been interpreted that way. Facts. If we're being honest and if we follow the how many races we had before, that race probably finishes on the safety car, probably. And he wins. So I'm not going to doubt that. But that didn't happen. And for me personally, and we'll get into this because I think we were doing a racecraft thing. For me personally, if we took the roles round, if that's Max Verstappen, I believe Max finishes. I think Max wins that race because
that's fair. But I didn't also think Max Verstappen was desperate for a world championship.
Of course.
I think if you put Max in that same position after he wins his first world championship, I don't think he wins that race. I think he has. I think that's desperation, and I think Lewis already resting on the laurels that he is a 7-time world champion, and I will admit his defense has dropped off because he's been in a dominant car and he hadn't had that much competition, especially in 2019 and 2020. His defense kind of dropped off a bit, which is fair because when there's no real challenges for you.
So Alonso was right when he said he wants to drive from the front. Safe.
No, it's not. It's not Alonso was right because at the end of the day, there's 5 other world championships that he's won from the front. He's won. Sorry, there's 5 other world championships that he's won.
Yeah, from where?
Huh?
From where?
From being was it, how many points was he down against Vettel in 2017 and 2018? Then also 2008 as well. So that's 3 already. That's 3 already. And then he, as I said again, he was up against Nico Rosberg. 2016, look at what Nico Rosberg had to resort to. What did he have to resort to? Look, the guy was so mentally, he had to retire.
Yeah.
He was finished. He was finished.
This is what I mean. Let me see.
And like just like your boy, Lewis was so good that your boy had to run back to Renault. And he hasn't won a championship since.
This is what I mean, Martz. This is what I mean. This is perfect. You just said it. So, okay. Everyone loves to talk about how Hamilton Alonso lost to a rookie. Fair enough. But that's Lewis Hamilton. I will listen. Nico Rosberg, I think, is a solid to good driver. Solid to good at best. Yeah. No matter, and listen, I don't think I've been listening to you on this podcast, and everyone says, "Oh, Hamilton lost in 2016 because of reliability." One, that's not partially true because it's not. Really, it's not part. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
like 4 DNFs that season, didn't he?
But then, what?
The same thing your boys complaining about this season, you know.
Thank you very much.
No.
What you said, I remember you said in the last podcast, if Alonso drives the car better or drives the way it should be, he wouldn't be DNFing. So wait a minute. If Hamilton drives the car the way Nico Rosberg did,
Rafa,
he wouldn't be DNFing.
I don't believe this.
We've got it. It's simple.
No, it's not.
That came from your mouth.
Because
Where did it?
Because that's not down to what happened in Japan.
Oh,
the car was blown up randomly.
Oh, the car blew up randomly. So the car blew up randomly in Mexico. The car blew up randomly in Singapore. It blew up randomly in wherever. And also, what about his spooky race starts? Japan, USA. All these race starts that cost the guy points. What about that mistake he had in qualifying in 2016, Azerbaijan? He done a Charles Leclerc, driven straight into the tin, cost him points. What are we talking about? Singapore. Remember, actually, when Rosberg had DNFs that year too. Let's not forget, he had DNFs that year too. Oh, but Hamilton's the GOAT. He should be overcoming that, no? That's what I've been hearing.
Cool.
That's what I've been hearing.
Because he beat
what about 2014? Let's talk about 20. If you want to talk about DNFs, Rosberg had what DNFs was then in the last 2 races? How unlucky was he? In the last damn 2 races, I think it was Singapore. Man couldn't start on pole. Couldn't start the race. 25 points from Hamilton. Britain. Man was leading the race comfortably. He was miles ahead of Hamilton. DNF. In Abu Dhabi, DNF. So if you want to talk about DNFs, Nico Rosberg should have been the 2014 World Champion too.
No, but that's not what happened.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, listen, he lost to Nico Rosberg. There's no if, buts, or maybe about that. Losing to Nico Rosberg. Okay, what's this? Vettel, did he ever lose the season to Mark Webber when they had both had dominant cars? No, he didn't. You don't lose. Hamilton's supposed to be the guy there. He should be winning every single season.
Wait. You're talking about dominant cars, but that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Alonso, okay, the McLaren was a dominant car in 2007.
It wasn't a dominant car, though.
Well, it was because it had flipping 218 points.
But wait a minute.
It had 218 championship points. That was taken away from them.
There's another car. There's another car. And when I mean dominant, I mean it's the best car in the field.
But it was the best car in the field. The fact that 2 of your drivers could finish on 109 points and the other one, and the only driver that beat you finished on 110 points.
Mass attack. Mass attack.
Both your drivers finished on 109 points.
Ferrari had a very, 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 very good car that year. And if you average it out, it was virtually equal. The last couple of races, that Ferrari was class. Just the same way, the last couple of races, the Mercedes from last year was class. It was like that. That's what it was like in terms of. So for me,
But again, it's a dominant car.
It's not a dominant car.
At the end of the day, a dominant car needs a dominant driver as well. And it had 2 dominant drivers in there. Does it not? Because we've seen last year, you can't put Checo in a dominant car and expect him to win a championship because he won't.
So you're trying to tell me Kimi Räikkönen, won that season.
But then you're the same guy rubbing up Felipe Massa as well.
What?
Massa? Who was his partner? Who was Kimi Räikkönen's partner?
Listen,
who was Kimi Räikkönen's partner?
If you go back to 2008, and again, Anik was there.
We were watching. You were literally just rubbing up Felipe Massa.
Let me finish. Me and Anik were there. Yeah, in 2008. We were watching when James Allen and Martin Brundle were giving commentaries when there were ad breaks in the middle of
the last time he's also won a championship.
Oh, anyway, listen.
Yeah.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Any text was still about.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Any text was still the main source information for everyone.
Kimi Räikkönen mentally checked out.
We were watching Premiership was on ITV football.
Nah, that was 2004. Now you're going way back. Listen.
So Martin, you were about then. You were about.
I was about.
What?
Yeah, okay.
No, you wasn't. Anyway, listen. What I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, Alonso's won his titles against Schumacher. Now, do you rate Vettel? Highly.
Not highly.
Rafa.
I can respect him. I can respect him as a race driver.
Come on, are we being serious? The guy that got dunked by Daniel Ricciardo, Leclerc for 2 years. Come on, are we being serious?
What we're gonna do here?
I can respect his early career.
What we're gonna do here,
Okay.
Martin, Rafa. Hold on. What we're gonna do? We've been gonna reel into the championship years, and I think we've also touched on their racecraft. So if you're watching this back on YouTube, let us know in the comments who comes out on top on the head-to-head 2007, the championship years, and the racecraft thus far. Let's quickly touch on their qualifying performance and who's the better qualifier. You start, Martz.
Is this even a question, bro?
I mean, I could help you out here. Lewis has 88 poles compared to Fernando Alonso's 7. I know there's a lot of context that goes behind it.
I think it's 19. What are we doing now?
I think.
Like, isn't he like 50 something in the all-time polls discussion or something? Even though he has almost race starts.
Hold on. Sorry, my stats were way out there. I apologize. Way out. Alonso has
104.
Yeah, 104. Sorry, I don't know where the stats were from. Alonso, my bad. Alonso has 22 poles.
Let me see. Okay.
And Lewis 108, I think. Yeah, go for it, Martz. Anyway, you got over 100.
I mean, 104 to what? 22.
103 poles Lewis has got.
Lewis even beat him in poles in his rookie season as well.
I hear that.
6-2.
Yep. Okay. Wait a minute. So this qualifying is very, very interesting. Yeah. Because I'll put my hand on my heart. I'll say Hamilton's a fantastic qualifier. Yeah. He's putting some great laps. I'm not gonna lie. But when you have this is gonna sound so repetitive. I've said this before. Alonso has 22 poles. And I said before, he's not really had the quickest car in any of the qualifiers. He's never once gone to quality and had the quickest car. Not once.
What, never in his career?
Listen,
wait. 2005, 2006,
2005. Wait a minute. Okay, I meant in a season. Not okay. That may be a bit of exaggeration. But what I'm trying to say,
2010, 2012,
12. Oh my!
Actually, no, tell that. 2012. No, that was a rubbish car. He did well with that. I will give you that. He did well with that.
Anyway, listen. Let me
but he was still title challenger, and he wasn't. Did he get how many poles did he get then?
Listen. What I'm trying to say is Alonso's not really had cars quicker than that. He's not had as I said, Hamilton from 2014. Let's even forget about the McLaren years. Let's just talk about Mercedes years. Who had the fastest car in 2014?
Mercedes.
Who had the fastest car in 2015?
Mercedes.
Who had the fastest car in 2016?
Mercedes.
2017?
Mercedes.
18?
Mercedes.
That one's half and half. I'll say that was half and half, to be fair. Ferrari worked quick in the first part of the season. 19?
Mercedes.
I think it's a bit of both.
20
again.
2020
was Mercedes.
The first half of the season of 2019, it was the Ferrari.
No, it wasn't.
No, Ferrari only got like 5 wins.
Yeah,
and that was like after the summer, like the mid-season to summer break area.
2020
exactly is mixed.
2020. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to have the fastest car, you're going to have a lot of poles. And for me, if you're going to be the fastest car and be the best driver in the team, you're going to have a lot of poles. It's just simple. Like for me,
that's fine. Now answer me this. Why couldn't your boy get those seats then?
What?
Like Lewis has been in the fastest car all his career.
Yeah.
But why can't your boy get them seats?
Listen, it's all
no. Don't tell me. Listen, tell me why he couldn't get them seats.
So I'm trying to tell you. I'm saying, listen.
No, you're trying to beat around the bush. I want you to give me a direct answer. Why can't he get them seats? Because he would. And the fact of the matter is, he makes wrong career decisions as well. Because he's a bozo as well. Because he was offered a contract for Red Bull. All right. He could have been that one that got the 4-time world champion.
All right. Mark, that's a good point. We're gonna chill. That's gonna lead us in. So just quickly touched on quality. That's gonna lead us into the car development. Okay. Why didn't Alonso get those seats? Talk to me.
Simple. People saying the best drivers get the best seats, and I hear that. Of course, it makes logical sense for the best drivers to get the best seats.
But it does.
Yeah, that's what I said. It does. It does make logical sense. So was Ferrari not top seat when he went there? Yes. Renault, when he went there, wasn't even a top seat, but he along with the team made that top seat. Was McLaren not a top seat? McLaren was a top seat twice. Yeah. But when he went there, yeah, McLaren had probably one off year. So it's not like they were shit. Like they were like, finishing like the 16th of the race. Nah, they were a decent team. So he's been to these big teams. But every time he's gone there, they literally just started on a downward spiral. Ferrari
So why can't he get them out of it?
Listen,
because my goat went to Mercedes in 2013.
You think that was him?
Huh?
You think that was him?
I wouldn't say it was. Obviously, there was a lot from Ross Brawn, but at the end of the day, he still made a career decision, and helped develop a car. And you know what? Nico deserves some of it as well. At the end of the day, there's been how many regulation changes between that time as well, and he's always come out on top with a car.
But what? Listen, what has? Yeah. So let's talk about Hamilton's move to Mercedes, because everyone likes to talk about this. And listen, he made a great choice because obviously he ended up with titles. I can't doubt that. But let's talk about some facts here. Mercedes started their hybrid era work in 2007. That's when they started to develop that car. In 2007, go check, it's there. They started, they and the FAA, yeah. It was actually Mercedes and Renault who brought up the idea and helped the FAA collaborate with them to start the turbo era.
It's a Renault seat then.
Hold on.
If he knew it was Mercedes and Renault, why didn't he go to Red Bull? He was off the contract with Red Bull. They were basically begging for him. Why didn't he go to Red Bull?
No, because I'm talking about the turbo era.
Even in the turbo era, if it's Mercedes and Renault, he could have gone to Red Bull. That would have been a better career choice for him at that time.
But better career choice.
The seat was vacant. The seat was vacant. They would have given it to him.
Listen,
but he chose to go to McLaren. Again, he made a wrong career choice. He made two wrong career choices.
For me, this is what I mean. Hindsight is a beautiful thing.
It's not hindsight.
It is hindsight. It is hindsight. It is hindsight.
He decided to go with McLaren, who were going to go with Honda, who knew nothing about the hybrid engine. Yeah. And he thought that was his big brain move.
Okay, so wait a minute. So
why don't you go to a team
okay, what's different? What's different from going from McLaren, who then they'll race winning team. They won races. Hamilton won races at McLaren, no. Mercedes were in F1 for 3 years before Hamilton went there. They'd won one race. They'd finished fourth in the constructors. They weren't a great team. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is career choices. I believe Alonso went to McLaren. They said, this is what we have. Alonso said, this looks good. He went there. It happens. The same thing Mercedes would have done. You're acting like, I'm not saying it's luck, because that's not true. It does, they got to sell you an idea for you to go there.
I mean,
but,
all right, let's do
it. But what I'm trying to say is hindsight's a beautiful thing. If McLaren works out, it's a great move. Same way as Mercedes.
There was 4 world champions on the grid at the start of the turbo hybrid era.
Yeah.
There was 4 world champions. 3 of them made a great choice. One didn't.
Which of the 3?
Kimi
went to Ferrari and won nothing.
Okay, but he still was in a decent car, wasn't he?
Okay. Yeah, and
Vettel he ended up being in a title challenge.
Went to Ferrari and won nothing.
Okay, but he still was in the title. He was still in the title races. He was winning races, was he not?
I think at the start of the turbo hybrid. No, but he was still at Red Bull though. Vettel.
Yeah, at the end of 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then the same thing with all the contracts basically ending at the same time.
But
and they had the choices where to go.
Was it a great choice? Was it a great choice?
Yeah, it was a great choice because the only other choice was Mercedes.
Was it so there was a better choice? So
but he wasn't going to get the Mercedes.
This is what I'm trying to say. making career decisions. It's not
but
always
Vettel
about.
made a better career decision for him for what he was doing.
Look at it.
He could have. Fernando Alonso
Yeah.
could have stayed in that Ferrari seat.
Yeah.
And he could have been title challenging Lewis. And don't you think he would have done a better job than Sebastian Vettel did in 2018 and 2019?
But you know.
No. 2017, 2018, 2019, wouldn't have Fernando Alonso done a better job than Sebastian Vettel?
Because he's a better driver than Vettel. But again,
exactly. So he made the wrong career decision in 2014, and he decided to go. He decided to go to McLaren Honda because he's a bozo, and he made the wrong decision in his career because he doesn't ask the right questions. Everyone else is asking the right questions. That's why they end up with a good team.
It looks like a great decision. Yeah, that's a Jamaican barber. That's actually funny. The Jamaican barbers, that's actually funny. But when at the time, it looked like a great decision. I said hindsight's a beautiful thing. Okay. That's what it is. Alonso made a great choice to go to Renault. Did you know? So that's what I'm trying to say. His whole career.
No, you didn't even make that choice, did you?
Okay.
So here we go. You didn't make that choice.
His manager placed him there. Fabio placed him there.
All right. We're
great choice. He's like, we decided to do this. Fabio was managing him since 2000 and whatever, and then he put him in a seat.
So
he tested him, and then he put him in the seat because he was there the season before and tested out for a race, didn't he?
So do you think Flavio was the guy that signed the contract? Who signed the contract?
Well, you're going to do what your manager tells you, aren't you?
No, but
am I not going to do what I put all my faith? I pay my manager to do a job, and he's telling me this is the best seat for me.
So wait a minute.
Am I not going to do what he says? So
how much did I have a manager too?
Huh? Yeah, his dad, and him and his dad asked the right questions.
Okay, so then we could say it was Anthony's. It was all Anthony's work. Them to be there. Then that's what you're trying to say.
It's not Anthony's work because Lewis Hamilton actually asked the right questions, and he's always in the room helping design the cars. Where's Fernando Alonso ever there, bro?
Alonso.
Look what he did with the McLaren Honda, bro.
Okay.
Didn't do nothing, bro.
Okay, guys, that's it for car development. That's.
No, he can't develop a car. He has not developed a car in the last 10 years.
He has developed a car because.
What did he develop? What did he develop, bro?
He has developed a car.
What did he do?
All right,
what has he done? Even this one, he hasn't done nothing, bro. He's running away again. He's running from the grind because that's all he knows. Running from the grind. Every time it goes bad, every time he's getting beaten by a teammate, he runs from the grind. He's getting beaten by Ocon this year. He's running from the grind. He's going to run from the grind. Where's he going to go next? NASCAR. The man wasn't even winning races. And he decided to go to Indy 500. That's what he does. He decided he was so funny because he couldn't develop a car that he had to go and do the 24-hour Le Mans.
He couldn't develop.
All he knows is running from the grind.
He couldn't develop
anything different.
He couldn't develop the car, but he helped Renault. He became a world champion, but he couldn't develop it. That's funny. So
that's it, Rafa. Sorry to interrupt. I don't want to mute you. I don't want to mute you guys.
I've stopped, Anik. I've stopped.
Okay.
I don't.
That's fine. That's enough. That's enough on qualifying. I don't know how you guys got so much.
He said it'll be 15 minutes. It's 57 minutes.
Right, 57 minutes. All right, last 2 points. Yeah, we're gonna blend them into one. Again, let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter what you think about the qualifying performance. Who comes out on top? For me, again, I'm sorry that should be Lewis, but don't let what I say sway your decision.
Oh, look at this objective umpire.
You know what? I respect what you've done. I respect what you've done. No. We're not going to go back to racecraft.
Wait. No. I'm looking at my notes here, and I need to just go over time. 6 Grand Slams. How many does Alonso have? 1.
Okay. So wait a minute.
Couldn't get past Petrov.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's it. All right. Martz. All right. That's it. You know what?
And his last win was in 2013.
He's punches. I've stopped. He's
eligible for a testimonial next year.
He's punching after the bell.
Anik, let me just say. Let me give my retort. Okay. Grand Slams. That's all fine and dandy. How do you expect to get Grand Slam in a 2015 McLaren, in a 2014 Ferrari, in a 2012
make better career decisions?
He made decisions.
He would have been starting for a top team right now.
So wait a minute.
Last season, he was basically begging for the Red Bull seat. He's now living vicariously through Max, talking about, I did this for Max. I hope he wins the championship. I did this for Max. That's what he does. That's all he does.
And Max won the championships. Fair
yeah,
enough.
and he did vicariously through that because he thinks he's now a 3-time world champion.
Listen. What I'm saying is Grand Slams are great, but if one's in a better car, I expect that. Bro, listen, this is what I mean. If you put Alonso in that Mercedes, you don't think he has 7 world championship too? You don't think he has? I know for a fact he doesn't lose to Rosberg in 2016. I know for a fact he doesn't do that. I know he's not getting.
He's losing to Ocon right now, bro. You can't say that at all.
What do you mean, bro?
He's losing to Ocon.
Okay, wait a minute. So Alonso had all these problems in 2022. Yeah. Wait a minute. There's a famous.
And the reason why he's losing to Ocon is because he can't drive his car properly.
Oh, so the reason why Hamilton lost because he can't drive his car properly too?
No,
guys.
No, because the Mercedes is
slow. Hold on.
Reliability. There's reliability and his car and he's finishing races. The fact of the matter is, Alonso not driving his car properly, that he's always destroying his engine. He's maxing out the engine constantly. He doesn't manage it at all. Then when
that's what Lewis did too in 2016 then.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Reliability issue. There's clearly reliability issue.
Oh, stop it. Listen. All I know is Alonso wouldn't have them starters in 2016. Now, how do you go from 1st to 8th twice in the same season? Listen, Alonso doesn't lose 2016. If he's in that same car, he does the same thing. I'm not impressed by that. See, this is what I'm talking about. People judge race wins as a defining factor, as to base the driver. That's not it. Because again, it's not just the driver that's racing the car. You have a car underneath you.
Bro, you're chatting absolute shit because
it's
what
happened
last year. I know you are looking at that. I'm wishing Alonso could do that last year.
What
Brazil?
No, I'm talking about.
Bro, you wish Alonso could do something like that because Alonso couldn't do something like that.
He couldn't do something like that.
No, he couldn't.
Brother. What was Valencia 2012?
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say Valencia 2012. I knew he was going to say that.
Okay. So Hamilton went from first class. I hear that. Fantastic. But Alonso went from 11th to first in a meaty car.
I think it was actually 14th.
14th.
I think it was 14th, by the way.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is.
I'm still impartial, by the way.
What I'm trying to say is what season has. So wait, actually, this is the thing. Sorry, I messed up. 2007, you will accept that Alonso it was level points. Next time they were comparable machinery was between 2010 and 2013. Martz, do you want to know what happened between those years when they went rough machinery? What do you know what happened?
Yeah, I know. Hamilton lost.
How many times?
He got battered 4 times. No. Yeah,
four times. Yeah. Do you know 90 points? Do you know what that is, right? That's like free. That's like almost free and a bit race ones. 90 points, 50 something points, and all of that. So we don't bring that in, no. But when it's 2007, we have to bring that in. But when Alonso in that time in a slower car is putting these amount of points on his head, we don't talk about it. That's what I'm gonna say. And
okay,
you can continue,
guys. You know what? I was gonna have the 5th and 6th as a topic that we could pick up and compare it to, and that was their character and their legacy. But we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time.
Well, Alonso's a shitty human being. There's nothing about his character that needs to be said. And legacy. What legacy does Alonso leave apart from racist and doing blackface? That's the only legacy he leaves.
Listen.
Let's stop this. Legacy. What legacy does Alonso leave, man?
The current world champion is anyway. We move anyway.
What? He helped the current world champion.
No, not that. Not that.
So
Wait a minute.
For a 24-year-old, bro. Wait a minute. You're a big man with kids.
Wait a minute. There has not been a driver yet in F1 that has won a championship and said, "Oh, I based my driving style off Lewis Hamilton." But there's a driver currently.
So who said that?
Max Verstappen said, "I drive the same way Alonso drives because he was my guy." So Alonso inspired the next generation. Hamilton hasn't done that yet. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying that you're expecting?
Does Alonso claim 2021 and this year?
No. We don't claim it. We sponsor it. This title was sponsored by Fernando. No, I'm joking. But But what I'm trying to say is, if we talk about legacy, listen, let me say this. I don't think Alonso's a nice guy. I'm not saying he's a nice guy. I think Alonso's a piece of work. I think he's top 3 scummiest sportsman of all time, probably. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm talking about legacy. The current double world champion, Maxwell Verstappen, not Maximilian, Maxwell Verstappen, is inspired by Fernando Alonso. There's no current F1 driver that's a world champion that says, I'm inspired by Lewis Hamilton, bro.
Rafa, how you have spun this is honestly amazing. The way you've managed to spin this is amazing.
That sounds like you
coming
problem.
up now.
That's a you problem. That's not my problem for me. That's a you problem, bro.
So you guys,
the legacy.
Guys. Okay, wait. So when in the future, when Max is getting beaten, I don't be like, I was inspired by Lewis Hamilton. What are you gonna say then?
That's the future. I'm talking about now. Here is now.
You can't say that because they're not in the same. It's not in the same generation, bro.
All I'm trying to say is Alonso sponsored the world champion. That's it.
Okay, guys, that's been great, Rafa. I have to respect it. You came prepared. You came prepared. You came prepared. From Martz telling us it was only going to be 15 minutes to ended up going over an hour back and forth over Alonso and Hamilton. It was pretty good.
It was always going to go over an hour because I just hate that guy so much. But it was always going to go over an hour. I had to get every point off.
No, I respect it, man. It's Rafa, big up, man, for joining, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Love, bless always. Catch us next week when we're going to be reviewing the Brazilian Grand Prix. If you like what you listened to or watched today, please get us in the comments, at us on Twitter. Let us know who's better. Let us know who's going to leave a bigger legacy. Let us know who's a better qualifier. Let us know who's got a better racecraft. On paper, it should only be one way, but if you listen to what Rafa's got to say, can maybe change your mind.
No points, bro. You just skirted around the building.
My points were hitting, bro. Come on, what do you mean?
He didn't make points. He just went around the building.
I made fantastic points.
He avoided the questions like a true politician.
I made fantastic points, bro. Come on, what are you doing?
All right, peace, guys.
Conservatives, bro.
Till next time.
In a bit.
Make better life decisions, man.